This is a James Poeartistry consultant moment. This would be my response to Q on minimum wage. Hello, everybody. This is a spaceship Poeartistry moment. As you can see, I'm really trying to get everything right back together to start using those spaceships. And I love to reference Star Trek quite a bit. You know, I've shared so many links over the years. I've made commentaries because Star Trek is a show that I just love. You know, I love the show. And this is something that I just want to say, though, you know, in a joking way, but it is something that I think about an episode on where Q was always in Captain Picard's life and was showing Captain Picard that if he had did everything perfectly when he was younger or what have you, then he wouldn't be the man that he is today. That he would be less arrogant and everything else. Well, you should see that scene that I actually have highlighted more than once over the years, or maybe 3 times or 4 times, something like that. But this is what I want to say. If you do have a person, let's see, look, now I'm bringing it back to this century. You know, if you do have a person who has run into a situation where they have been maneuvered out of their wages and everything else, and sometimes an excuse has even been made that here's one excuse, you know, you should be requesting more than what you request. And then when you still make a request on a reasonable basis, then you get the devil's advocate that says, you know, nobody can afford that. So then, instead of just trying to do what's right, even through negotiation, they'll rather continue to just not pay you at all. And did you know, even in some lands, there is a minimum wage law? So that is my response would be to somebody like you. It's almost like, you know, you're gaining value as well. You know, you can mention all these other types of benefits of personality development and art development and stuff like that. But what difference does it make if the world that we live in right now, if a person does not receive their wage and their equipment, their health and everything else starts going down because of the unreasonableness of not even giving the person minimum wage? You see, finding some way to do that through, you know, different platforms that pay for tips and stuff like that, then all the same, you're still, what is it called? I don't even want to use the word betraying the value, but that's what it is. You're still not really showing through your own actions the value that you really place on what you're getting from this worker in this way or that way. So my response would be to somebody like you in that area is this. You know, sometimes people talk about humanity, and that was what's been going on between Q and Captain Picard, you see all throughout the series. But one of the things in it seems like in Captain Picard's reasoning is this, that sometimes, it seemed to me anyway, really some of the very things that Q was trying to teach Captain Picard in this way or that way, Captain Picard would start talking about things still on an ethical level, though. And see, and that's what I continue to say. If you got to learn something by breaking all the ethical principles, universal facts of the lands that's put in place spiritually, even, it doesn't matter what you're learning from it, because it's not going to last, because it's already based on a totally broken foundation of a sort, which I won't go into. So there's always ways to correct certain things, you see. And in this matter, James 2:16 talks about withholding persons' wages. Leviticus talks about not doing that because that's just a mishandling of justice. I say travesty of justice or what have you. So, you can show the humility on your part to see exactly what God has been telling you all along and just do the right thing. You want this information, this job, or whatever from a person, then you shouldn't treat that person and keep just trying to get everything you can out of them without restoring it. So in other words, it's like, no, I'm just going to use you up until you die. With never given the justly due principal compensation in the form of wages for it. So what would I say in that case, Q? They're defeating their own argument. They truly are. You can't do something this highly recommended, so to speak, for a humanity or otherwise, and then just gotta use a antiquated caveman type of philosophy and reasoning on just how you still got to pick one person out and beat on them, even ostracize them until they die. I don't think that is principally, ethically right to do. Take care.